Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. This is a reading for Pisces, my beautiful Pisces, sun, moon, rising. This is your mid-month check-in, guys. So we're going to look at the energy surrounding you for the rest of November. So mid to end of November 2022. I'm gonna look at your current energy surrounding you, people potentially surrounding you. Look at all these swords. Oh my goodness. Just gonna pull a couple here for the main spread. We're gonna look at the outcome of these situations, any challenges you may be facing. We're going to look at hopefully some words of advice, positive affirmations, any other messages that you need to hear. I'm just going to show you what's at the bottom of the deck as well, Pisces. We have the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy there. I'm going to pull a couple more from a couple of different decks and then we'll get right into it. Now, of course, if you enjoyed the reading, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. But of course, feel free to check out your other placements as well, as, you know, particularly like rising, moon sign, sun sign. Those are the, you know, obviously the three big ones. But if you feel like you have a big sort of what we call a stellium, or a lot of planets in particular signs or a particular sign, then you may want to check out the reading for that if that's something that resonates with you quite strongly. Any other messages for Pisces, please? We have the Eight of Earth, which is the Eight of Pentacles. One more. Oh, and it flips straight out. We have first quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. I think you are going to be releasing blocks, Pisces. I think, wow, there's going to be a lot happening by the end of November. This is pretty crazy. The sort of turning point, the change that happens. Incredible. Really, really incredible. Let's get into it. So, energy that is kind of representing you at the moment. We have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Now we've also got the Nine and the Page here. So lots of swords in this reading, with your current energy as well as the energy surrounding you. So what does that mean? Are you dealing with an air sign potentially? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Is there some, you know, very important or significant connection you have with an air sign? You could also just have a lot of air in your chart. All those placements could be kind of activated at the moment for whatever reason. We've got a lot going on planetarily this month, so for a lot of signs. Anyway, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords. Very, very tricky situation that you may be finding yourself in at the moment, Pisces. I have to say, this is taking a lot of brain power. This is taking a lot of effort to try and figure out what is going on in this situation. You could be dealing with someone who you really need to think very carefully about how you approach this person. There could potentially be some sort of mind games going on. I'm not saying you're the cause of this by any means, but you're having to enter into that kind of mindset. Unfortunately, this is just kind of what you're dealing with at the moment. So there could be someone around you who is playing games, who is a little bit confusing. You're having to think outside the square or think outside the box of what is going on with this individual. Why are they doing this? Behavior might be a little bit confusing, so you're trying to think about what are the deeper motivations here. But with the Eight of Swords, it's almost like being trapped in a little bit of a prison as well, that, to be honest, you're trying to get out of. You're trying to get out of this mental overthinking, this prison. With the Eight of Swords, you know, it's not a real detainment. Now, for some of you, I hope it isn't a real detainment. If so, you know, I hope this is something you can get out of very quickly. But with the Eight of Swords, it's mental, right? We can see the woman in this card. She's bound, she's blindfolded, but she can just walk through these swords at any moment. It's not like she's literally chained to where she is and she can't move. So she's trapped mentally, right? This is kind of what's going on at the moment. This is what you want to free yourself from. So I see you trying to come up with alternative solutions to get out of this situation. And don't worry, because better things are coming. But this is just what I'm finding at the moment, and you're not seeing everything very clearly yet. There's more that needs to be revealed, but I will say what comes through with the Eight of Swords is a message of always trusting your intuition, always trusting your gut. That will help you get to what is truly important, especially when we overthink and then we lose touch with our feelings, with our intuition. We lose sense of it and we just end up overthinking a situation. So just be careful not to do that. But as I said, I'm seeing much better things coming. So hold on, hold on. It's not all bad. Energy around you, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Page of Swords. Someone around you is struggling, and I must say, I feel as though you're getting the upper hand on someone, Pisces. I really do. I don't think that they can play this game, or if they're playing a game, I feel like you've won. You've done something to win over this person mentally if they were someone who was trying to manipulate you or play a game. And we can see with the Nine of Swords, this is the Nightmare card. This is someone who is up at night, upset about what has gone down, upset about what has happened. And I have to say, I feel like you got someone doing a bit of research, maybe a bit of internet stalking, checking your social media accounts, things like that, just to try and see what you're up to, what's going on. If you've gotten away from a person, potentially, they're still trying to look and see what you're up to, and trying to get more information about why you have been able to pull away from them. So this is something that upsets them. I hate to say it, unfortunately. You may have been dealing with someone, or may still be dealing with someone who's a little bit manipulative, a little bit narcissistic potentially, or has those sorts of tendencies. I'm certainly not going to predict that or make that sort of diagnosis. So, of course, you're going to use your own judgment about who you're dealing with and what's going on. But I have to say that could be what has happened. And because you are finally seen the situation or seen the person for what they are, and you've been able to distance yourself, or you've been able to somehow get the upper hand, that has left this person feeling quite miserable, actually feeling quite upset, because they almost don't have a power over you that they used to have. I might actually pull some more clarifying cards for this in a moment, because I just want some more clarity on the situation at hand here. Now, in fact, I'm going to do that before I move on, because I just really want to get this message right, because something is changing and it's really for the better. Okay, so before we get into that, let's just quickly get some more information here, right? See what's going on here with this storyline. Oh my goodness, look at what just flipped. That repeating message there with the Eight of Swords. I really hope that no one is, again, actually physically trapped in a situation. I really hope, Pisces, that that's not the case. If it is, I wish you the best, and I hope you can get out of that ASAP. We've got the Queen of Wands here. Yeah, I'm seeing you gain the upper hand, Pisces. Honestly, you're gaining the upper hand. Look at that. Just so much repeating messages here. This is just real confirmation. Look, we've got the King and the Queen of Wands coming out in this reading. Whenever we see the King and Queen of the same suit, it indicates a true pair. If you are getting away from someone, if you are getting out of a relationship where you are dealing with someone who is like very egocentric, very, has those narcissistic traits or qualities, like I said earlier, who is very selfish, who is all about themselves, it's like this person is not going to be able to get away with that much longer. You are really, really gaining the upper hand over this person. It's crazy. They are feeling like they have completely lost control of this. So they should, if they have been selfishly manipulating or all about themselves. It's, you know, they're basically getting what's coming to them. We've got the 10 of Swords, which follows the 9 there. So it's like really, it is all over for this person. It's almost like you've freed yourself from this toxic situation and they are still, you know, left in it, but it really is the end. It's the end of that kind of cycle, which I'm so pleased about. I'm seeing with the High Priestess energy coming through. I really think that, again, you are gaining the upper hand. You are starting to use your intuition. You're listening more to those gut feelings and you're getting out of this toxic ass situation that you do not deserve to be in. So I really am happy about this. And what I'm seeing, Pisces, again, with this King of Wands coming through, the True Pair coming through, you're moving on to a partnership that is a lot better for you. You're moving on to a partnership that feels right, feels more aligned, like you and this individual are more aligned in terms of your values, in terms of what's important, in terms of how you think, how you get through the world. You may have because it's in that wand suit, could be a fire sign. You may have some fire sign in your chart as well, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be coming through strongly in your own chart, certainly in the chart of this other person. And it's just much more honest as well, I have to say. You're moving into a situation where things are finally truthful. There may have been a lot of deceit in the past. There may have been a lot of lies, people trying to hide their true intentions, people trying to just mislead. You know, you may have been dealing with someone who honestly was just lying sometimes for the sake of lying. Like it maybe wasn't even about anything important. You may have just thought, why would that person even lie about that? Like that's just over the top kind of lying about everything for the sake of lying. Like things were just not clear, things were not communicated well. You're moving towards a situation where that is completely the opposite. Like that is not the case, right? We move into this amazing 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles energy. This is really looking forward to an amazing future. When it comes to the 10 of Pentacles, obviously we have Pentacles energy and we've got more Pentacles energy here with the 8. This is all about moving towards something which is going to complete you, not just financially, but it's going to give you this real sense of stability as well. Because again, I see you partnering up with someone who is so aligned to your way of thinking as well. Like you're just such a good partner with this person that you share this long-term vision. And 10 of Pentacles is also about this intergenerational building of legacy, of wealth, of family. It's like building such a strong, stable, solid foundation and future. And that's what's coming to you now. So I can't stress this enough. I can't stress enough how much your situation is going to improve when you move away from that toxic person, from that toxic relationship. This is so much better. And I really see things happening quite quickly with the 8 of Wands there. Now we've also got the Magician energy. Again, this is like real manifestation. This is all about bringing in what you deserve in life, what you dream about, what you wish for the future. So start dreaming again, Pisces. That's what I will say. Start visualizing what that future looks like for you. in an ideal scenario, in an ideal world, because it's coming. And when you visualize it, that's how you'll be able to recognize it when it comes in, and you'll be able to jump on that opportunity because you'll recognize it for being very, very aligned with your vision and what you want to do. How many times are the cards going to repeat in this reading? Magician again. So I doubled down on that message. Please start manifesting. Please start visualizing. Now, sometimes if you're not sure how to do that, sometimes you can just, some people love images. So they'll literally have a board of images, whether that's in real life, something that you print out, or whether that's virtual. Could even be like a Pinterest board or something like that, where you actually place those images of what your kind of dream situation is. Some people really like to write it down. So you could just, start writing, make lists, whatever the case may be. Whatever it works for you. Like, think about how you creatively, like what is easier for you to do, whether you're more a visual person, or whether writing is good, or even just speaking it out. Whatever works for you personally, whatever you feel more comfortable with, that is how you just start visualizing the future and therefore manifesting it. Very, very important time to be doing that. There could also be a Gemini Virgo. As I say that, he flips out the Hermit. So you could be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini as well. But again, we've got that strong fire energy too. So I'm not ruling out any sign. Oh, let's come out here. Okay. Interesting. Got a lot of more wands. So we got a Five of Wands, a lot of different opinions going on around you. I'm actually seeing that the Five of Wands for me personally is not, it's not so much argumentative. It's more like, let's just get together and almost brainstorm sometimes. So you could find that there's actually a lot of helpful energy around you, and you may get some good ideas from other people around you as well. I'm also sensing that you may meet someone through your work or through family, or long-time friends that almost feel like family, if that makes sense. So I feel like those people who have your best interests at heart, who have known you for the longest, they will actually give you good advice. And it may not be the advice that you have to take, of course, because there's going to be a lot of different opinions, but it will help you step out of the situation and gain a new perspective. With the Hierophant energy here, this is all about those higher levels, long-term commitment, stability, tradition. I'm really getting a sense that you're moving from a situation which was so unstable, so toxic, so draining mentally, physically, spiritually, and you're moving towards something that just feels right, that feels like you're on the right path that was meant for you, and a bit more traditional perhaps as well, interestingly. Now, first quarter, yeah. So this is still a blockage that you need to release, that you need to completely pull away from in order to bring in these new blessings. Yeah. So you need to find a way to get out of it. And interestingly, again, just so many repeating messages with these clarifying cards. I cannot believe it, but you may need to think outside the box. You may need to think of, how am I going to get away from this situation in a way that is not obvious to another person or is not obvious about what I'm doing? So it's almost like you really need to sneak away. You really need to start doing what's right for you. And in order to release yourself from this block, from what is holding you back, you need to start thinking more like deeper into what is this person's motivations, what do they want, what do they not want, what do they like, what do they dislike, what do they fear, how can I use that to my advantage. So you may need to think a little bit outside the square here to be able to just start distancing yourself from this situation. Now I'm going to pull one final card here because I just feel like we need one more, and I feel like we need a little bit more of confirmation of the message of advice, because I think this is important. Pisces, if this is resonating with you, I think this is an important message for me to give right now. So let's just get one more. Here it comes. Oh, it went all the way down there. And we've got the 5 of air here. This is the 5 of swords. Now, once again, we have more swords energy. And once again, we have an energy of potentially someone around you who is thinking of themselves, who is very, very like ego driven, very unwilling to like lose a fight, always has to have the last word. This is all about releasing that and letting it go, and not letting that type of person get to you. This is about rising above it, and I'm really sensing that it could be quite verbal as well. When we have swords energy, this is really about communication, but that can be good. Communication can be very clear, and it can also be bad. It can also manipulate. It can also make you feel less than. It can make you feel like someone else is always trying to have the upper hand, or trying to manipulate a situation with their words, potentially even like gaslighting, that sort of thing. This is what you need to recognize. I think you already have, and this is what it's important that you start distancing yourself from. But I see that you are able to do that. You have what it takes to do it. You're going to start taking your power back if you haven't already. And what is out there for you in the future is so much better. Some of you may be, again, finding strength through work, the people that you work with, colleagues, or your long-term friends, family who have your back. Very, very important. I'm going to leave it there. Pisces, I hope that you have a great month of November. I hope that this situation really works out in your best interest. I wish you all the best with it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video.